There is a prophecy about the end of mankind, not the end by war, nor fire, nor disease, but by comfort. A time when man no longer dreams, no longer fights, no longer wants. A time when the human spirit, once wild and untamed, falls asleep under the weight of its own pleasure. That time is now. We were warned about this by a man who saw further into the human soul than anyone before him. Friedrich Nietzsche called him the last man, the final evolution of mediocrity, the creature who survives but no longer lives. And when you look at the world today, you begin to wonder, did Nietzsche predict us? There was a time when humanity still dreamed, when men built empires not for comfort, but for greatness, when the fire in the human heart burned so fiercely that it threatened to consume the world itself. But that fire, that sacred madness, has dimmed. We live in the ashes of that passion now, in a world Nietzsche warned us about. The last man is not evil, he is not cruel, he is worse, he is comfortable. He does not seek meaning, he seeks pleasure. He does not dream of becoming more, he dreams of resting more. He believes he is happy because he no longer feels pain, no longer feels hunger, no longer feels the ache of striving. He has silenced the storm within his soul and calls that peace. The last man is the final stage of decay, a creature who has traded his will for security, his vision for entertainment, his freedom for comfort. He does not ask, "What can I become?" He asks, "How can I avoid suffering?" His eyes no longer look upward toward the stars, but downward to his screens, his comforts, his distractions. He lives not to live, but to avoid dying, and we are becoming him. Look around. The world glows with artificial light, yet it has never been darker. We have knowledge at our fingertips, but wisdom is gone. We chase validation through empty images, filling the void with noise. We have conquered nature, but lost the war within ourselves. We have built machines to do our thinking, algorithms to feed our desires, and systems to protect us from the rawness of existence. But in protecting ourselves from pain, we have also killed our capacity for greatness. Nietzsche saw this coming. He saw a future where man, once a lion, would become a herd animal again, safe, predictable, weak, where individuality would dissolve into comfort and the soul would drown in the shallow waters of convenience. He warned that the death of struggle would mean the death of meaning, for it is only in friction that the flame is born, only in danger that the self awakens. The last man avoids both. He does not fight, he does not build. He only consumes endlessly, thoughtlessly, comfortably, and yet, somewhere deep within that comfort, there is still a whisper, a faint pulse of the old fire that refuses to die completely. You can feel it sometimes, that sudden emptiness, after hours of scrolling, that quiet ache when life feels too easy, that sense that something inside you is missing. That whisper is your ancient self, the one that still remembers the taste of freedom. The last man believes he is safe, but safety is an illusion. There is no safety in this world, only stagnation or growth, only life or decay. The universe itself thrives on chaos, and yet we have built societies designed to erase it. We have forgotten that meaning is carved out of pain, that purpose is born through resistance. Every great human being, every mind that shaped the world walked through fire. They were broken, rejected, exiled, forgotten, but in that suffering they became something more. They learned what the last man refuses to learn, that pain refines you, that comfort is the slowest poison, that the one who avoids struggle avoids himself. Today, struggle is replaced by simulation. We do not seek truth, we seek distraction from truth. We no longer want to face who we are. We want filters, narratives, identities, and pills that keep us from seeing the rawness of our reflection. The last man has no real suffering because he has no real soul left to suffer. His pain has been outsourced, diluted, medicated, marketed. And yet the irony burns. In trying to avoid pain, he creates a deeper one. The pain of emptiness, the quiet despair of a life without depth, the suffering of a man who has everything except himself. Nietzsche's warning was not meant to condemn humanity, but to awaken it. He did not hate mankind, he feared its forgetfulness. He saw that once man stopped reaching for the impossible, he would fall asleep inside his own comfort. That one day we would celebrate mediocrity as virtue, that the world would call the timid kind, the weak good, the indifferent peaceful. And in that sleep we would lose the one thing that once made us divine, the will to rise above what we are. The last man does not rise. He sits, he waits, he obeys. He calls this obedience, balance. He believes his chains are his choices. He measures his worth not by his strength, but by how easily he fits in. But deep down, there is something in him that knows something restless, ancient, unbroken, the same pulse that drove the first humans to cross oceans, to climb mountains, to stare at the sun and say, "I will not bow." That pulse is the only thing that can save him. You can still feel it, the hunger for something real, that ache that no screen, no possession, no validation can satisfy. That is not depression. That is your soul trying to wake you up, trying to remind you that you were not made to be comfortable, you were made to become. The world of the last man will tell you otherwise. It will seduce you with safety, comfort, and endless distraction. It will tell you that ambition is toxic, that struggle is unnecessary, that peace comes from acceptance, not transformation. But peace without struggle is only sedation. Calm without fire is death in disguise. If you want to escape the fate of the last man, you must learn to suffer again. You must learn to stand in the chaos and not run, to feel hunger and not fill it immediately, to face loneliness and see what it reveals, to walk without direction until you find something within yourself that no one can give or take. That is what Nietzsche called the Übermensch, not a perfect being, but one who creates his own values when the world offers none, one who dares to say yes to life, even to its darkness. You can become that, but first, you must destroy the last man inside you, the one who wants to rest, who wants to be liked, who fears failure more than meaning. You must kill the part of you that seeks comfort before truth, because truth burns. It strips you bare. It makes you face your weakness, your hypocrisy, your fear. But in that burning, something new begins to form, something real. The last man is the end of man, but he does not have to be your end. You can still choose the harder path, the one that hurts, the one that challenges, the one that awakens, because only through that path can you reclaim what humanity has lost its will to create, to overcome, to live with intensity and purpose. So look at the world around you, look at its comfort, its emptiness, its dullness, and ask yourself, is this what you were born for, or were you meant to rise? Remember this, the world does not get better by avoiding pain. It gets better when individuals decide to face it and transform it into strength. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. If this made you think deeply, make sure you like this video, share it, and subscribe for more.